Hello, everybody. Um, I hope y'all doing all right today. Today is Wednesday, the 20th of February, 2019. Um, a lot of times when I get to making videos on YouTube, like most other XJWs, I share some stories, things like that, and I'm glad that some people benefit from them, but it's one thing that had been kind of weighing on me heavy here lately, and it is something that mind up to me. And I thought, and I said, well, why not? So this is the thing. Every XJW who is alive, if you have already been through that area or whatever, um, my aim is to reach out to you all and to myself, and let's start a transition for us. Let's help each other find ourselves outside of the organization. And what I mean by the truth, uh, it involved a Bible study, a random washing, and manipulating tactics that would make the average person real bullheaded to reason. And the only reasoning that would sink in would be the uh, encrypted message that the organization gave, such as a lot of people, even myself now, and I'm finally getting broke out of the habit. But when think or we refer to God, we always want to refer to it in the arrangement in which we were taught, saying, God the Father and then his Son, the Savior, and how God's supposed to be overall and God Almighty. And you just don't know, or maybe you don't realize that you're still involved in the same brainwashing tactics that has destroyed many lives. Um, so this is how we do it. And I'll start first. What I would like is for every XJW who is newly, disassociated or whatever, if you're having trouble feeling like you don't belong, you lost family, you lost friends, this is going to sound very, very radical, but trust me on this. The first thing you have to do is to change your occupation. If there was any occupation that you had a small interest in, that come on, Drain, get out the street, that they frowned upon, or would tell you that it would take too much time away from the ministry or things like that, if it struck an interest in you to become that, to pursue that, then do it. Do it. This could include anything from military service, learning how to fly a plane, maybe even doing hair, whatever it is, go for it. Now, this is why I ask you to do that, to consider it, to make it an option. Because with a new career comes a new circle. If you are good at what you do, if you have a passion for what you do, then your coworkers will see that your boss will end up noticing. That will make a comfortable atmosphere as far as acceptance, as far as bringing in a circle of new friends, people who are capable of thinking about how you feel, not being willing to take advantage of you because they will admire the talents and intelligence that you possess versus the opposite group. See, when you start to grow a brain and you start to become intelligent, you start to become a threat to the average Jehovah's Witness, be it a publisher or a servant or an elder or overseer. When you start to act intelligently and you're not reaching out for any position, that's when you become a threat to them, because they wonder, When will you find your way out the door? And what you think, and it's inevitable. But one thing that we do have to transition, we have to, we have to stop beating this dead horse of Christians being wrong and right. Okay? Everyone calls themselves a Christian. Everyone's believe in this and that is for them. Me personally, giving up on Christianity. I've given up on the invisible movement of Jesus Christ, but I'm not pushing that. I'm not pushing that. What I'm pushing is this. I come from a family that, or a part of a family, a generation of a family that sternly believed the Watchtower. In order for the generation that produced me to survive propaganda Watchtower, they had to eat horse meat. Yeah, you heard me right. My mom's mom, her parents, put the family in a situation based on information given from the society about 1975 to make an informed decision to move from the great state of Illinois down to the great state of Missouri, state which I was born, and to take on a lifestyle that was very low maintenance as they waited out this time for the end. And they waited and they waited. Well, when that time came, they were so unprepared for life that what they had as surplus had to do until they got back out here into the world and got with the program. Now, they never pointed fingers or anything, and as we speak, only 3 of those 5 children of my grandparents are alive, and 2 out of 3 are still Jehovah's Witnesses. So 1975 didn't teach them a thing, and I'm sure that no matter how much you run up on these carts with these Bibles and these publications and this information, that is not going to change anything. The only thing that is probably subject to change is you, and that's health-wise. A lot of my, I wouldn't say good friends, but I say friends because I smile when I see their video, when I watch their video and their content. And it's always good to see people, you know, we want that connection. At least I'm the type of person, I love connections between people, you know, good, wholesome connections between people. And so that's what I feel inside my own personal self when I watch people like all the XJWs, all of you all. I don't think I subscribe to you all, hadn't subscribed to me, but that's not the point. I'm saying this, I get uplifted by seeing people who have left that organization and still manage to have a life, because I am one of those people. And I want to see more people like that. You know, and I'm not saying that a lot of them that I see aren't, but when we take time out of our meaningful, precious existence to address something that has been here longer than we have, we find ourselves wasting time, sapping the joy out of our own life just to, give some joy to somebody or give some pain to somebody, give some confusion. I don't know. But I know that what I would like to do is start a video of transitions. Now, each person who is going through something will need personal help. And even though I do have some counseling skills and abilities, honestly, you know, I'm more concentrated on my physical employment. So You know, I would hate to tell people, hey, come to me. I'm the guy and I will listen. And really, I don't have all that time. So I will start making videos to post on Facebook, to post on YouTube that would be hopefully some encouragement for anyone who listens. These videos will be about making contact with family members, not the ones who decide to alienate themselves from you, but those who you were kept from knowing all your life. You know, like for instance, in my case, I have two nieces from my brother. I ain't the only kids he have, but he has two in particular that he is keeping away from me. He does not want me to speak to him. You may ask why. Well, no, but as far as I know, is that him and his wife was going through some problems. He chose to use me as a scapegoat. He blamed a lot of things on me that I didn't have a knowledge of. And that's how that went. People started hating me, started thinking that I my brother's problems. And it just wasn't true at all. My brother caused his own problems. And my brother didn't want me at his house because I had contact with his other kids. They're my nieces and nephews. So I was doing what an uncle would do. Go by every now and then, say hello, spend some time, play with them, talk to them, encourage them, you know, family things. And the reason why I feel like my brother got so upset is because he probably, you know, wanted to be, you know, the dad figure, the male role model, but he never stepped up. And I guess he thought I was gonna wait for him to step up. Well, I couldn't do that because that was the case with our father. And his brothers never bothered to come around. And so their story of me. I was born. My mom separated from my father early. And after that, he was never in our life. And that is the story of my brother. Well, I said to say this. My brother is a unbaptized publisher now. And he chose to alienate himself from me. Actually, our biggest meltdown came about 3 days from this video. So about 3 days ago, I go to his mother-in-law's house because that's where he stays, a grown man in his 40s with 5 kids and is married. And he doesn't have his own personal vehicle. He doesn't have his own living space. If things were to change for him today, he would have would be the clothes that he can throw up on his back in a gang system. So this is all that he wants out of life, that and to just, you know, lay up with women that he chooses to. And like I said, he's trying to turn his life around and become this. Now, this is the thing. I love my brother a lot. I don't like him right now. You know, I really don't like him. But I love him a lot. I love him so much to the point that I won't, and I hope this don't sound too, you know, contradictory. I love him so much that I'm going to let him pursue his life and do all the things he want to do. Now, one thing I did tell him is that I cannot walk by my little nieces without saying something. So, you know, if we happen to get into it, that will be the reason why, because that's what he told me specifically, that if I even did as much as to speak to his daughters, that things would get real ugly. Now, don't you all worry, for there are attorneys and stuff like that, and then plus I ain't no pushover, so, you know, he is my bigger brother, so that's to say that I probably won't break any bones in an altar. In any instance, you always have to think about the kids. And I let him know personally to his face that I'm willing to, or whatever it has I have to do in front of his kids or, privately. Because, what he's asking me to do, I told him I can't do. Now, I'm forced to do that with my mom and my sister, but they stay in a different part of the state from me, and that's what they choose to do. Now, what I choose to do about all of it, the way to keep my sanity, and hopefully this bit of information helps people. What I had to do, just like I told you, I changed my profession first off when my family told on me. I changed my profession. Now, here pretty soon, I will change my profession again within probably another year or so, because I need a new circle of communication. See, I need to break from my old ways, because now I have a lot of time to think about. What's up, nephew?
What's up? Is it okay if we play with the helicopter because I passed the test at
Go ahead. Yeah. He want to play with his little helicopter. I bought him. That's good. But this is what I'm saying. I have too much time now at this job to think about my family, and then I'm here in the same town as my brother. So, I need to so that I roll in a different circle, and that maybe different things will happen. And so that's how I believe is by going on with my life, finding new feats to accomplish, and to not become just, satisfied with what I have. I see a lot of ex-JWs, including myself. When I first got out, I wasn't looking to expand and to be better. I was looking to cover up myself and save what little bit of myself that I knew. And that was very destructive. It wasn't productive at all, except into a lot of misery, thinking about those people who chose to just not love me anymore. And when you allow yourself to dwell on it, when you allow yourself to be in the environment of those people, depending on their contributions or emotional support or whatever, it leaves you in a very dark place all the time. Because I tell you honestly, as nice as I may appear, confession, during the process, I had really, really, really dark thoughts of hurting my family. My family, my mom, my sister, my brother. And it was like, at any means, I was willing to do this. So, yeah. Yeah. But, at first, that's where I was at. I really wanted to physically attack them, emotionally attack them, just anything that I could do to make them hurt like me. But I found through my sane thoughts that that's not the solution. It never is. But that is the tactics in which but that's the tactics that people take to protect themselves when they're hurt. So as much as I hurt, I do have to realize that my family do hurt, because I'm a nice person. I'm an awesome person. I'm a loving person. And if I was to leave anyone's life, I would be missed. And that's what you have to know about yourselves also. That's good. Future pilot here. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yes, all you have to do is go up a little bit and then boom, it'll fall down like that.
And,
Like a safe landing.
yeah.
So if you go high in the sky, it'll blow. So that's
Maybe not. The wind ain't blowing. Give it a try. Give it a try.
go all the way up.
As high as you think you can.
Whoa, I don't know how high I can get.
Yeah, see, find out.
Yeah, you're gonna save it.
No, you gonna go save it.
Wow, I'm waiting to save that thing over there.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, so that's the one thought that I want everyone to know is if you know how good of a person that you are, no matter how much the shunning stuff hurts, uh,
I had a bad landing. I flipped over and I flipped back over to see if it worked.
all right. But yeah, if you know who you are and you know how you are, then know you are being missed. And no matter what they say to you, the nastier and the meaner things are said, that means that they're hurting more than you. To dwell on, making someone hurt or living in the hurt, but just embracing the rest of your life because life isn't about being hurt and being forgot about. It's about sharing, location, things like that. So incorporate those wheels in your life. Get them to going for yourself. Let it take you to the different circles and different areas in your life that you never thought you'd go. And hopefully, hopefully through that you'll find your happiness and your sanity. And that's partially how I'm keeping mine. And I can't lie to you. Everything that I'm telling you is things that I'm, trying myself, to be a better person, to not focus on the people who don't, giving those who don't have the choice a fair chance. So like I said, there goes, me breaking my brother's wish to speak to his kids.
Like a vibrating in my hand.
So, that's how
Oh,
I'm
Dad,
choosing
wait, watch this.
to handle
Where
that.
did you put those? The little one goes.
So
Look,
that's my advice to you all. And like I said, I'm saying this on this platform as a call for like maybe a collective help. Like someone who sees this video, they may have, something to share that help them not commit suicide. And that's the main thing. We have to keep the people who are committing suicide from becoming clinically depressed patients and things like that, because this life is too beautiful. And how dare any person, how dare them, try to take that joy away by saying that the uglier than what it is. So those are my thoughts on that.
almost made him down in that puddle.
Those are my thoughts on that. And like I said, hopefully a lot of XJWs from here on out will use their power of video to drop encouraging life experiences or life tips, professional, personal, financial, whatever, to help those leaving, let them know that you are not alone. You will be loved and admired by people who, who deserve to love and admire you. And, one of my keys, the best song is, like I said, don't beat that dead horse of who's wrong and who's right in Christ, because that was the main reason why I feel like the Bible was invented, to keep us confused about who's wrong, who's right, who's wrong, who's right, when the answer is within yourself all along. If you know how you want to be treated, if you feel comfortable and safe acting a certain way, then that's how we should carry on. We don't need to keep picking up a book and going back to it and looking, because that book steady contradicts itself, tells you to be meek and mild, but yet be, mighty warriors. And it's just, to me, a whole lot of trash. I mean, it might make for good reading depending on what kind of entertainment you into, but that's just my stand. That's just my stand. You know, so a lot of things that you may hear from on my channel from here on out, if I'm trying to get someone to relate, then yeah, relate to that book. But mainly, we have to believe in ourselves. We have to mainly believe in ourselves, because if you were crushed and you were depressed, I'm gonna tell you something. You can pray all day long and nothing's gonna change. Believe in yourself enough to say, look, I'm depressed and I know that I shouldn't be lonely. I know there's people out here who would enjoy my company. I know there's people out there who would love me for me. That's the good thought to have. Now, how do you pursue that? How do you go about that the right way? You have to believe in yourself. You have to get out and make eye contact with people. Don't go like to meet, stay close by, and you think it's a good thing, you know, however the situation is, you know, take that step. Don't worry about any acceptance or anything from people who used to know you, people who have shunned you. Don't worry about it. Just go for yours. Go for it in the greatest way possible, you know. But to those who really feel like they do need help, please go get help. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm one of the people. I think that, you know, I may need a little additional help. And to some, they may say, well, Jack, you doing fine. I think I'm doing fine too. But some days, you know, are better than others. As I said, you miss people, and I know they miss you. So is this something we both deal with? Maybe we both end up on medication, but it's better. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I felt backwards. It didn't break though.
Yeah, so that is my, I guess, my little 2 cents in the well there. I want to contribute to the people who watch the videos, you know, give them something to take away with them, a thought or something, a plan maybe even for the rest of your life, because everybody deserves to be happy. Even the governing body at the Watchtower, they deserve to be happy, and they are making themselves happy. So why do we sit here every hour of our lives?
Oh, I hit your car on. I didn't get broken.
So, you know, like I said, we have to be concerned with ourselves like the governing body is concerned with themselves, or like the Catholic Vatican is concerned, and how your preacher at your church is only concerned for him or herself. They have the keys to your happiness right there in front of you, which is to stop.
I can't believe when you were over here and you were saying
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I was like,
Goofy little 5-year-old. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, and it's odd, but I'm gonna throw this out here before I leave, and then maybe through some dark Sunday, some people will see what I'm saying. It's hard to find a person who truly believes in, well, no, it's not. But like, it's hard to find a leader who truly believes in Christ. You will see that every Sunday as they sit there and they will take offering. And you will notice someone in your organization who may need help, in your church who may need help. See how much that pastor, all right, see how much that pastor, that preacher helped them. See how much that organization or church helps them. You know, some do an outreach thing. That's good. That's good. But this is the thing that I have, you know, is every Sunday those people come there. They have a message for you, which is odd. Because as you read that book back and forth that they negate you through, whenever the God had a message for people, he gave it to them. People say, he used the messenger. He used the messenger. That's what the book says. That's what the book says. Whereas, what did Christ? Was Christ always coming for a message for the people? No, he was basically opening their eyes to what they already knew. He wasn't telling them nothing new. He wasn't prophesying and all this stuff that these people carrying on doing now. So like I said, it's up to you. But your happiness also, your validation in life, that's up to you too. So go for it. So had no regrets about it either. If anyone tries to,
it makes beeping sound. Yeah, even in the hood.
You gotta set it up right, boy.
Yeah, I know.
All right, go in the house and get ready for dinner. Go wash up. Turn your airplane off, your helicopter. All right, let's go inside. Yeah, so that is what I had to offer in this video, and asking for help from all XJWs who are leading a very, well, I wouldn't say very normal life, but a life that, I don't know,
Yep, I did.
maybe a motivated life. Do what you can to help others in your video, besides trying to prove Jehovah's Witnesses wrong. So that's all I have. Continue to love yourself, love each other. I'm about to get ready for some dinner and the rest of the day. And like I said, I hope this video helps somebody. Share it. Pass it on. Like I said, I'll be posting it up maybe on Facebook or something to reach a few more people. But I'm working on hopefully a book. Not a self-help book, but just a feel-good book, kind of like a counseling book to address different issues that some ex-JWs may have, like myself. When I left, I was worried about family. I was worried about friends. I was worried about a lifestyle. A lot of things that came my way, I rejected or didn't take it up on because of the previous mind state I had about money, about success, about, the government. So those were mistakes that I made. So hopefully if you could learn from my mistakes, that's great. That's great. It's all worth it. But sorry for y'all to hear that, but I'm just sick, But like I said, maybe my personal experience will help. If it doesn't, then I'm sorry. But like I said, if you do need help, seek help. But yeah, that's all I have. I'm getting ready to eat. Y'all take care of yourselves. Love yourselves, most importantly. All right.